Hello, everyone. Welcome to GeekBeast, part of the Geekish Network. This is your daily rundown of geek news for geeks like you. If you're new to our show, we cover the geek news beat and we share our opinion. I'm your host, Chuck, and I got my co-host, Randy. Say what's up to people, Randy.
Yo, what's up, Geek Beast? What are we talking about tonight?
Man, we're gonna, but I didn't under a rock somewhere. It is Star Week. Everybody's May the 4th is a national holiday.
It
It's
is.
May the 4th be a play on May the 4th be with you. And May the 5th is May the 6th. May the 6th is May the 6th. It doesn't matter. Sith can have 2 days in my book. There's only two of them anyway.
Sony
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith. Yep.
Revenge of the Sith. It's only two of them.
Yep. There's only two of them. So have that. The first news up. Did you see the Acolyte trailer that
I
came
did.
out?
I did. I
What
saw
are
it.
your thoughts? Give me your thoughts, Randy. For the Acolyte is the new Star Wars show on Disney Plus. It's going to aim for pop. And after I think there's, but yes. What are your
But the caveat for a lot of the Disney shows, Star Wars, is not. It's not the problem. The problem, story saying that it some execution problems. Therefore, I'm going to reserve any judgment. I am not going to
okay?
be excited. I'm not going to be
Wow.
I'm not going to be excited. I'm not going to be disappointed. I'm just going to let the property drop and address it once I view it.
Okay, so you're not getting excited for it. You're not getting amped. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of amped for this. For y'all that
That's
didn't
fine.
know, this is the Acolyte takes place right before the prequels. Yes, before baby Darth Vader was known, and the midichlorians took over people's body, and that the Jedi were going around pretending to be scientists that could measure them. So they're wizards with swords that can actually do science all at the same time. And this is at least 100 years before all
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
So the Acolyte is a Republic era Jedi Master Soul investigating a string of murders, which includes at least one Jedi.
In the chat, Rodney is saying High Republic time. So okay, at least 100 years. I would have actually thought it was more than that if it was the High Republic times.
hmm I thought High Republic was further back than that,
Yeah,
but I
like
may be totally
further.
wrong. Yeah,
Because
I'm
like
totally wrong.
Yoda's alive if it's 100 years before the events of
Yoda's not 100
Episode
years
One.
old. Yeah,
Right,
in
so he's
episode one.
alive. He's
Yeah.
alive. So he's a Jedi Master probably if it's only 100 years. I thought it was a little bit before them, not like
hmm
thousands, but maybe like 600 years, something like that.
hmm
So yeah. The reason is like I'm a huge Star Wars fan. So it's just I don't think they've delivered on a lot of their live action properties. I was super excited for Ahsoka and it didn't quite stick the landing that I thought that it should, in my honest opinion. So
Yeah.
I'm not going in there with any expectation or anticipation. I'm just going to watch it and
hmm
see what it does.
Yeah. Or Disney's preparing to tell us the story. They're probably preparing us for the tragedy of Darth Plagueis, the wise Sith legend that Emperor Palpatine regaled Anakin Skywalker with in Star Wars Episode 3. So this is gonna be very interesting. This is gonna
Well,
be an interesting series.
see, if
hmm
it's that's the thing, if it's High Republic, there's a Dark Plagueis book. And I
Yes.
believe it's canon. And from my understanding, I thought that Plagueis trained. I haven't read it. I thought Plagueis trained Palpatine. That was his master.
Yes. This is where it's taking place. I think it's Palpatine kills Plagueis in this.
Yeah. Oh, because Palpatine does kill Plagueis.
Yeah, this may be
Yeah,
Palpatine
in
killing
his sleep.
Plagueis. Yeah. Yeah. Sneaks up on him. Sneak
Sneaks up
disses
on.
him.
Yeah, but he only did it after he had gotten all the knowledge from him. That's the rule of two for the Sith. It is one person who has the knowledge, one person who seeks the knowledge, the master and the apprentice.
Apprentice, yes. You have to have an apprentice for you're supposed to kill the master, though. So
Yep.
maybe that's probably what the problem is. Plague is like he doesn't have an apprentice, so I'm not worried about him trying to kill me. So I'm gonna
Yeah. Yeah,
take a
but you
nap.
have to check. They're expecting it. And if you don't, there reaches a certain point where, like, if you don't attempt to do it, they're like, oh, he's soft. Let me get
Now I
me a
gotta
new
kill. Let me
apprentice.
kill him and give me another one.
Yeah.
hmm It's a weird rule. It's a weird rule they have, and that's a
Well,
weird rule to have just to stop infighting.
yes, that's what it was. With Darth Bane. Darth Bane kind of implemented it. The the Sith used to be like gang members. It's like South
Yeah.
Side Crip, East Side Blood, like, and whenever they would try to come together, they could never succeed because it was all this infighting and treachery and all the time. So they were
So you
taking
kill
L's from the
everybody. You kill
yeah,
everybody.
yeah. It's because they were always taking L's from the Jedi. Every time they would engage in like a war or battle, even if they had the upper hand, because of all the infighting, the deception, all of that, they would end up losing.
Because
And
they end
Bane
up
was like,
killing each other.
they end up killing each other, plotting each other, all those things. So Bane killed all of them with like this sonic boom type of thing, wiped them all out. And he found an apprentice who had been in one of the wars with the Jedi, and the Jedi had killed her parents. And she turned around and killed one of the Jedi when they weren't looking, and he saw that, and he took her on as the apprentice. And so he adopted the rule that there can only be two, the master and the apprentice, one who has the knowledge and one who is seeking the knowledge.
Yeah, Rodney came in and said everyone online says that's set approximately 100 years before Phantom Menace.
So if it's approximately, I would imagine it probably is Plagueis.
Yeah,
So we
Plagueis is
probably
alive.
will see a Palpatine,
Young
which I don't,
Palpatine.
yeah, I don't want necessarily. I mean, I love Palpatine. I'm just trying to get away
I
from the
want to
whole.
leave the
The,
Skywalkers
that's where I was going.
behind.
Right. That's what I was doing. That's where I
I
was
want to
going.
leave them. And
Yeah,
whatever Disney needs to do to get rid of the Skywalker family, we've anchored to them long enough. They have served their purpose. There's a wider galaxy. Matter
it
of fact,
is.
you told me there's another galaxy connected to them.
Yeah.
Show me that.
Show me. Show me the galaxies,
Show me the
right?
galaxies. Yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
Or a different time because we've got
or
stories with
or
Raven. We've got a lot of
show
different
me
stories.
Bendu. Show me a bunch of other gray Jedi or gray or other types of Force
Force
users.
users. Yeah.
Yeah, we know
Yeah.
there's a bunch of different types of Force users. You said
Right.
there's like 9 different factions of Force users.
I would imagine
Show
it's
me
all
those.
them because the
Show me
force
them.
doesn't adhere to what we think of it. The force
Yeah,
just is.
it
It's
just
about
is.
your teaching and your application to it. Because even
hmm
Bendu laughed at it. He was like, "You Jedi, you Sith, y'all just don't get it, right?
Don't
It's
get it.
something
No, get
it's
it.
something that is bigger." So yeah,
hmm
that's why I was hoping it was a little bit before 100 years. But I mean,
Yeah, we'll
well,
see. You
we'll see.
know. Yeah, let's see what they can do. Lego's coming with another cartoon that's themed Star Wars. It's called Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy, and they brought Darth Jar Jar. And this has been a play on Jar Jar since the very beginning. He's clumsy and klutzy because he's really a Sith Lord. There's a whole story on it. Somebody did a
I,
whole
I
dissertation on it. You ain't never seen it?
I've never heard of this.
Oh, Dark. They're like Jar Jar Binks is the best Sith Lord there ever was,
So
hiding
it's
under the Order in Phantom Menace. Yes, there's a whole
Yeah, I've
thing
so
seen
about
it's
it.
in
Jar
I've
this
seen it.
universe.
No, in the movies.
in the movies.
In the
They cut to
movies,
scenes of the
yeah.
movies and turn him into a a
S- And
a
and the
a Sith Lord.
and the
Yeah,
theory is that that was the original plan that Lucas wanted, was that there's, like you said, there's always two Siths, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that Palpatine was grooming Jar Jar
Jar
to
Jar.
be the next his apprentice, and they do a bunch of screen caps, they show a bunch of different scenes where like he's right next to Palpatine, he's standing next to Palpatine, it's like all
Mm-hmm.
these things. But then the theory is that because such a negative reaction towards Jar Jar, that they scrapped it,
Oh,
he scrapped it.
Yeah,
And so
yeah,
people hated Jar
oh,
Jar that much that they were just like, no, and they scrapped it.
yeah. Why y'all put this in? Now I feel like this is
I'll
true.
find it.
I,
I'll find it. It's
but
yeah. It's a
pretty
video. They do a whole
convincing.
breakdown of it. It's
It is
yeah,
convincing.
really convincing.
I feel like just from the explanation that you provided, it seems tangible. Because I
Yeah,
remember going into Phantom Menace, how excited I watched a lot of the videos. I mean, of course, it was like no real internet back then, but George Lucas was super excited about this character. And he talked
yes,
about how the look and the technology used to bring it to life. And similar to what Rodney said, when the movie hit, there was just this huge, intense uh backlash against Jar Jar. So I feel like y'all are right.
Yeah,
So the
the
I
fact that they're
theory
do.
is
doing it in
strong.
I
this thing
believe you.
is the fact that they're doing it in this Lego thing is wild. Is wild. And so I'm like, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Yeah, because at
Me
first when
too.
y'all said, I thought, are we in a different universe? But yeah, we could be in this universe.
Yep. Darth Jar Jar.
I'm more excited about this than Acolyte.
The Lego movie.
I had no
Yeah.
anticipation for the Acolyte, but I'm like, I want to see this.
Yeah. 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 And yep. And so Jar Jar just playing along with them. Like Palpatine hid it behind everybody, right? And Jar
Right.
Jar learned that skill. He was just hiding it.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm not mad at this. I'm super excited about it.
Yep. And he did love Jar Jar. He did love
He
him some
did.
Jar Jar.
George Lucas loved Jar Jar at the beginning.
Was
When
his favorite character.
yeah, before Phantom Menace came out. There's interviews out there with him talking about it extensively about this character and how this character is going to change the look of characters and the
Yeah.
graphics and the technology behind it. So yeah, interesting.
Yeah. He looks really good as a character though. He looks really
Mhm.
good.
The internet is so undefeated.
It is. It is so
Even if
undefeated.
this wasn't true, the idea that somebody pieced it all together, and now that we have is it a series or is it a movie?
It's
It's a movie.
it's I think let me check and see. The Star Wars, the first teaser revealed Disney Plus September 13th. I think it's a movie.
Okay. The
Yep.
idea that we brought it to fruition based off of like either fan theory
They
or
said it's
anything
not
is dope.
canon. It's not canon.
Of course it's not canon. It
Uh
can't be
but
canon because he's not a Darth. But the idea that we know where the source material
it came
was and
from.
we're pulling it in and then we're going to make it into something, I think it's great.
Yeah, I
And hell,
can't
this is the
wait.
first Star Wars movie since what?
Since the
Episode 9,
sequels,
right?
it's episode 9, yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
been about what,
It's a Lego
6 years?
movie. It's a Lego movie. Yeah. Lego's probably done a couple other Star Wars movies. They're not hitting like just Darth Jar Jar. Darth Jar Jar just slaps. That's just a slapper.
See, I feel like they should put it into another universe and it should be canon.
They should, shouldn't they? They should in another galaxy.
Yeah, right. We got another galaxy. We got the land between time and space. We got so many iterations that we could actually put this into canon.
Hmm. Speaking of galaxies, Fortnite had a big Star Wars update. So now they had the Chewbacca crossbow, uh Darth Maul's themed race cars, sci-fi instruments, and so you can actually get lightsabers. Lando Calrissian plays Lando Calrissian. Fortnite's been on a kill. I've been watching this little 4-year-old supposedly playing Fortnite,
Why you
and
say
I've been
supposedly? What, you don't think they're four?
Oh man, this is a 4-year-old dog, and I don't want to say her name is Katie. I don't think Katie's this good. Katie's on fire, dog. There's no way there's a 4-year-old this good at Fortnite. And so, Fortnite has decided to take in Star Wars. A lot of Star Wars from made the fourth setup. So you can see Darth Vader there chilling, and
Mm-hmm.
he has like two NPCs around him as stormtroopers, and you got to kill him. And you kill him, you can get his lightsaber. Fortnite
Okay.
may be the truth.
Yeah.
Oh man, right. Oh man, I was thinking
Yeah, we
about the
play.
scene.
I was playing it
Uh-huh.
earlier, and I was looking at the shop, and you can play as Lando now. You can play. There was one that I really wanted to get, but I didn't have enough V Bucks. But you can turn your car. You can jump into cars, and then the cars will the skin will change depending on like what skin you have equipped, and you can
Oh
turn your
wow,
car into a Boba Fett car. It looks like Boba Fett,
Oh.
and I was like, man, I want to get that one so bad, but like I said, I didn't have enough V Bucks. I'm like, oh man,
they
it
are
looks
killing it
really,
in
they're
Fortnite.
good. They do,
Fortnite is killing it.
they
They are
do,
making the
and it's
metaverse.
really crazy because right now they have they still have the Airbender stuff in right now.
Mm-hmm.
They still have the
Hmm.
Avatar stuff in. Like I said, I haven't been able to play because I've been busy with a lot of other stuff, but we were playing just a little bit earlier. Me and Crystal from Digital Click and my brother, and then we just noticed like they still have all the Avatar Airbender stuff in, and you have all the Star Wars stuff in, and then they had this one theme where it's like you can get Zeus's bolts. So it's like it is
Yep.
such a
Peter
crazy
Griffin.
metaverse.
Mm.
It's such a crazy metaverse thing, and it just continues and continues to get added onto, and it's like so you literally can equip a water bending weapon where you're launching like water, and then also have lightsabers at the same time. Like it's just it's just crazy.
It's
It's
crazy.
just
It's smart.
crazy, and
It's
it's
so
smart.
smart.
Yeah,
And you can
So
ride clouds like Goku and all kinds of
yeah.
things
It's
so
just
you could use a lightsaber and be a firebender at the same
at the
time.
same time.
yes,
That's dope.
exactly,
At the
That's
same time.
dope.
exactly.
At the same time.
Yeah,
And you can throw a lightning bolt from Zeus. You know, there's a guy, he's dressed as Peter Griffin. He looks like Peter Griffin too. And he laughs like Peter Griffin. He climbs, he builds a structure where he's outside the planet and he's throwing bolts down, supposedly, and it's hitting people. People don't know they're coming. All he's doing is staring down on the planet. He's just throwing them down.
it's nuts, man. They're the
Yeah.
true metaverse, man. They really are the true
Yeah,
metaverse.
yeah, they're making it happen and it's coming together. And I said, the moment they drop Batman in there and can be Spider-Man and y'all can fight each other, it's over. It's over. And this is all in a video game. They're like,
Okay.
we're building a metaverse, and this is what people want. This is exactly
Yep.
what people want.
Absolutely.
You know, they need some Gundams. They need some Gotcha Man forces in there. They need all that stuff in there. Um, did you see? I don't know. You probably seen it. The Superman reveal.
I did. The
What did you think
underwear.
of the poster? Yep.
I think it's cool. I think it's
He
cool.
he looked kind of sad in that picture, and he's supposed to be a brighter Superman. He looks like
He's
he's
a
tired.
younger Superman. I didn't necessarily think a brighter Superman. I
But
thought just a
James Gunn
younger.
said he's supposed to be traditional, like traditional Superman, not the dark Superman, not the brooding one, but he's supposed to be like
Well,
chipper Superman. Yay!
but like if we're looking at the background, it looks like it's a lot going on in this image. It's gonna be hard to be chipper when it looks like Earth is potentially being destroyed. And I think I read that Brainiac's supposed to be the villain in this movie.
Dang, they
So
think they started with Brainiac.
that's what I read. I don't
That is
know if it's
not that.
rumor
Ooh,
that Brainiac is supposed to be in. And if it's Brainiac, you got to remember Brainiac's Kryptonian. He knew his
yeah,
parents. So it's like a lot of things that
yeah.
could
But
influence him psychologically.
that's a way to blow your load. That's like coming starting out. Iron Man movie and Thanos is the main villain.
I don't know. We've never had a movie with Brainiac as the
No.
main villain.
No, but Brainiac takes over the city and messes up all the other superheroes that turn
I mean,
against him.
I think it would be make sense to have Brainiac as we are in the age of AI, and Brainiac is the ultimate AI. I think it
Yeah,
actually makes sense for him to be the villain for first reiteration of Superman.
I think. But what villains you get after that? You
You
have to go
you
straight to
still
Darkseid and
you know
Doomsday.
you Darkseid, Doomsday. You have other ones,
Like who?
huh?
Brainiac was
Lex
Brainiac was the
Luthor's.
pinnacle though. Brainiac and then came Darkseid and Doomsday. They were
I
the
don't
pinnacle.
necessarily I don't necessarily think Brainiac is the pinnacle. I just think he's a great AI. I think Darkseid is still the pinnacle.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but Brainiac is the top in the top three of those three. Like
Brainiac's up
nobody's
there.
below Brainiac. Brainiac
I
manhandles
agree.
everybody in the comics, manhandles
I
in
agree.
everybody in all the animations. Injustice is based on Brainiac. The bit the whole entire Injustice series is based on Brainiac. So I find
So
that's
I
interesting.
thought
They went with
I
him.
thought that Injustice was based on like Joker killing Lois Lane.
No, Injustice is based on
And then he turns evil and starts attacking
the
and takes over
the
Metropolis.
Injustice universe, the video game is based on Brainiac actually putting a cell, putting nanomites in all the superheroes and turning
Mm,
them evil. And they all
mhm.
turn evil, and that makes it injustice. The
Yeah.
Justice League turns to
I think
injustice.
I think making the villain Brainiac is dope. It starts off with a bang. It can always build. build a universe.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
doesn't have to. We don't always have to have a combination of Thanos being like our super bad.
yeah, yeah,
So it's just what I
yeah.
heard, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but
Like
it's just
even the
what I
Justice
read.
League kept Brainiac for the end. Like the
You know.
Justice League, the cartoons, they keep Brainiac for the end. It's Brainiac and Darkseid and Doomsday pop in from time to time.
Well, but you have to remember too that cartoon is a continuation of the late '90s cartoon. They'd already
Yes.
introduced Darkseid. They'd already introduced a lot of villains.
Yeah.
So Brainiac actually comes later down the line
Yeah.
in that one.
Yeah.
So
They make him like the baddest villain. He's the AI that can't be stopped.
yeah, and he is. I mean, he's a super AI.
So
But they actually introduced him earlier in that series. He's introduced earlier.
yeah,
Like he's introduced. He makes a deal with Darkseid. He's the one who
makes
actually
the deals
convinces
with
Dark.
Lex Luthor.
But
He
before then, like in the series in the '90s, he made a deal with actual Darkseid because he was going to take over Apocalypse, and he
yeah.
granted, yeah. So he's been touched on earlier in there. I think it would be cool. I do. I
Yeah,
think it'd
the
be all
fact
right.
that he can actually talk to Darkseid and say, "Hey, I was going to take over your planet, but I'm not taking
Yeah,
it over."
yeah. And if
That's
you
how
look at the
powerful he is.
yeah, in the he doesn't have a big role, but in the Man of Steel one, when they're on Krypton, the system that's running everything is Brainiac, and he goes offline. So I
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, but I think that I read that where somewhere that he would be the main villain in the
Yep.
next Superman.
Yeah, but they showed the suit. The suit is dark muted colors.
Hmm.
Everybody thought the suit was going to be brighter. Like it was going to
Well,
be a classic Superman suit.
that's what James Gunn led us to believe too. So
Yes, he
I
did
can
let
see
us
why people
believe
make
that.
that extrapolation.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know. Well, I thought it looked cool. I'm a Superman. I'm a Superman fan. So
You're a
regardless of
stan. You're a
I'm a
Superman
Superman
stan.
fan. I'm a
You're a
Superman.
stan.
So whatever it is, I'm going to be interested in
Of
going to
course
see
you are. You're a Superman stan. He's your fave.
it. He
Yeah,
is. He is.
he can't do no wrong. He's
I didn't say
perfect.
that. I didn't say that. Just when he does, I'm like,
Uh-huh.
oh, I'm all right with it.
When he does wrong, see? And you defend it tooth and nail. Like that
Hey,
was
I saw.
bad, Randy. No, it wasn't. It wasn't bad. It was
No,
great.
no, no. I saw the original Superman 4 with the Sun Man and Superman 3 back in the day, and I don't
Yeah.
think they were classic pieces of
Nuclear man.
cinema. Yeah, Nuclear Man. I don't think that they were classic pieces of cinema, but hey, I enjoyed them.
Of course you did. Of course you did. Oh, well, Marvel's coming in. Marvel's bringing a mixed reality edition of What If to the Vision Pro. The Vision Pro is about to get what sounds like an honest to goodness mixed reality video experience from Marvel Studios and ILM experience, immersive, something the platform sorely needs. The company announced What If, an immersive story, which they say the Disney Plus first ever in interactive original content. It'll come exclusive to Apple's VR headset and uses a mixture of augmented reality and virtual reality. The hour-long What If episode. That sounds exciting. I mean, Apple needs to do something with that headset besides letting me look at my computer screen. Don't get me wrong, I
Uh,
watch all my anime on it on late at nights, and I can stare up at it on a 200-inch screen that's in 4K. It's amazing.
um,
What's your thoughts on it?
like the only thing is it's coming, right?
Yep.
The AR VR movement is coming. Just don't for me, I just don't know when it gets here. I know it's there for like the enthusiasts, but for like just everybody yet. Because I think we talked about it on GeekBeast a couple of months ago. The Vision Pro, they haven't ordered as many sets due to low sales.
Yeah. Nobody
And like,
expected high sales in that. I'm
yeah,
surprised.
right. And so like it's pride. It's like we've got to for me, I feel like we've got to find the right intersection between like price, technology, and all of those things. And I don't think that we're quite there yet. So these
Oh,
early adaptations, maybe they push it. Maybe they push it. I just don't know if it's ready right now for it.
I mean, the MetaQuest Pro, the MetaQuest 3, let me say the MetaQuest 3, not the Pro. The MetaQuest 3 is amazing in
Mm-hmm.
comparison to it. It beats it hands down.
Mm-hmm.
And it beats it because it does everything it does with a controller. Like we have
Mhm.
Asgard's Wrath, which is an amazing RPG game. You play as somebody that was you're a warrior that was helping Loki, and Loki trapped you in a case, and you got free, and you go on this adventure, and it's 90 hours of gameplay. It's
Mm.
60 to 90 hours, and you're walking around in this world in Asgard,
Okay.
and it's like God of War meets MVR. It's really dope. It's really dope.
I
So
mean,
it's
it's coming,
there,
and it's
and it.
cool stuff. I just don't know if the masses are ready for it
I
as of
mean,
yet.
the MetaQuest 3 is only $500. The Apple
Hmm.
headset is
Yeah,
$3,500 at the
big
cheapest one.
difference.
There's a big
Right,
difference,
big
7 times
difference.
price,
Yeah,
and for them both offer the same thing is crazy,
yeah.
you
So
know. And that you can play your Xbox and your PlayStation through your MetaQuest 3 is crazy. You can play
so
your
we'll
games, you can watch all your movies.
so we'll
So
see.
it's for a seventh the
It's
price.
coming. Just
I think the form factor just has to get better, and it's going to get better. It's going to get better over time. Like
yeah,
Mark just
I think
hopped
it's
on
all
stage and just showed off some AR glasses.
yeah, I think it's all going to get better, but
Hmm.
we just got to get to that point. All right,
With that being said, we're going to bring in the people from Crosstalk.
all right.
That concludes our show for today. You guys, thank y'all for tuning in. It is Star Wars week. Be on the lookout for all the new Star Wars announcements and more to come on Star Wars. Um, Disney Plus is probably going to do some interesting things. Who knows? But this is where it goes. This is what it is.
Okay. Looks like we got the whole squad coming in.
Yep. Courtney, Allison, Rakai.
Okay. Hey, hey.
Hello.
All right.
Hello,
I
hello,
see
everyone.
Barris, but I don't see. Okay, there he is. I was like, I see Barris, but I don't see Rakai.
Yes, yes. We're having a conversation here. We talked about the Acolyte. What do y'all think of the Acolyte trailer? What are y'all thoughts? Give me some thoughts on the Acolyte trailer.
Um, is there a new one? Because I didn't watch it. I
It
don't
did.
watch
Yeah. It,
trailers that I
Okay.
watch them once. I watched the teaser and then that's it. So if there's a new one, I didn't see it.
Yeah, they had a
Yeah,
trailer
I watched
for
the
the
yeah, I
Star
watched
Wars
the
week.
new trailer that came out a day or a couple days ago, what have you.
Yeah.
Um I'm excited for it. And probably it's crazy because the only reason I'm excited for it is that we get to tell a story away from the Skywalker family. Thank God. Like that
Kinda,
one,
sorta.
wait, don't
Kinda,
say that
sorta.
the
It leads into the
ancestors
Skywalker family. Yeah.
okay. I mean, but yeah, we spent 9 movies talking about them. We know that. I mean, so I mean, I get that. But the High Republic, the Acolytes, like High Republic time or something, it's like a
100
hundred
years
years before.
prior. 100
Yeah, it's
years
100 years. So
100
yeah,
years isn't that far though.
It's not that far. They're gonna talk about the prophecy of the
listen,
chosen one's coming.
you can say whatever you want to. It's 2024. You are not talking about every day about stuff that happened in 1924. So whatever. You know what I'm saying? Stuff
But
that
like
happened
the
with your
Emperor is going
granddaddy,
to be
your great
around.
granddaddy.
Palpatine's then only 50 years away.
Yeah, Palpatine's only 50 years away. He has to
I
find the one, the chosen one. So it's
y'all
gonna
are
be
going like real hard trying to connect it to the Skywalker saga. Nobody cares about that. Let's hear the new stories.
But that's
people
what I'm saying.
do care about that.
I would have
Yeah, I
preferred
don't
it
want
being
to
something like 200 or 300 years away. We're like we
a
get really
thousand
know
years.
get. And I thought the High
Well,
Republic
there
was a lot before the events of Phantom Menace. I thought the High Republic was like
well the
six,
High
seven hundred
Republic in
years.
the High Republic in the comic books is further back than what's in the Acolyte. Um,
Yeah.
and there was talk about a like a first Jedi movie, but that I don't think that even got off the ground. Like no one agrees. And I know that Lucasfilm, the people down there now, Dave Filoni, Kevin Favreau, John Favreau, whatever, are kind of in disagreement because I think the prevailing thought right now is that they want to go away from George Lucas's idea of the Force and a lot of stuff. So, you know,
And, and heck, Yoda's alive if it's only 100 years.
Yep,
that's true.
yep. And Palpatine, it says Disney is preparing to tell us the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise, Sith legend that Emperor Palpatine regaled Anakin Skywalker with in Star Wars Episode 3. So it may
And there's a
contain
Plagueis book.
Skywalkers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
there's a
there's a
Plagueis
Plagueis
book.
book.
Mm-hmm.
They refuse to give us anything that we asked for. Who asked for that? Did anybody ask for that?
Fans asked for it. Some fans
No,
want
they
that.
didn't. Who
Some
asked for
fans
that?
want the
No,
Skywalkers.
nobody asked for
I don't
that
want the
butch.
I don't want any
Nobody
more
asked
Skywalker.
for Darth Plagueis. You cannot tell me of all the fans online that said, give us Darth Revan, give us, you know what I'm saying? Give us Bane, give us Malik,
Yeah,
give
I would
us
have Rain,
anybody.
Bane. Yeah.
Courtney,
Bane with the rule of
Dayla,
two.
what do
Give us
y'all think? Courtney
anybody.
and Dayla, what do y'all
Ain't nobody asked
think?
for that shit.
What do y'all think? We got it
Dayla.
grinding Rakai's gears over here.
We're both passing the
My
torch.
damn blood.
So,
My damn blood
Courtney,
pressure
how do
done
you
went up.
feel?
I don't. My hat is in Arbesh. It says Star Wars. That's how I feel. I don't listen. It's right up there with House of the Dragon. I'm kind of with Rakai. House of the Dragons did not go back far enough. I didn't need these like basic stories. The only story that I wanted was the story of Aegon the Fifth and his sisters. That's the only one I wanted. It was like 1,000 years ago. This little story is like 200
Aegon the
years from now.
Conqueror. Yep.
I
Uh-huh.
don't really care.
Which
I feel like we're in
allegedly they're
agreement.
making.
I feel like we're in agreement then. We all wanted something earlier than 100 years.
But here's the thing. I am not as well versed in the books as you guys are. I have heard the name Darth Revan. I have heard the name. I know more about Darth Plagueis. But I don't have those canon stories that you guys do. Maybe Dayla does. But so for me, the Acolyte is going to be on par with where my knowledge is. And I think that in terms of the majority of, and I can't say majority, the mid-level Star Wars fan, I've only read Ahsoka and The Dark Disciple, which is a Saz Ventress story, which is still within that that era that I'm of the current Republic, of the New Republic. So it's gonna be fine for me. I'm excited to see. Hopefully, what's her name? The girl from
Amanda
yeah.
Steinbeck.
yeah, Amanda
Stein. Yeah.
Amanda
Mhm.
Steinle or
Amanda.
Amanda Steinbeck. Yeah, her.
Yeah, Amanda Steinbeck. Yep.
I'm excited to see her. That trailer, the teaser trailer that I saw was solid. It was, like I'm curious to see like what Jodie, what's her name, what her role is. That was enough for me. So as of right now, I'm excited.
The longer trailer is really solid, and I think what I would love to see, and this is just me personally, I would like to see something where evil wins, where the Sith wins. Like I want to see, like I understand it can be a redemption arc or, the Jedi is something, blah, 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 later on or whatever. But we just spent like 11 movies of, the rebels and the Jedis and the good guys taking it to the man, Palpatine. If this movie is about the Acolyte and about, the Siths, what are you? Damn it, I want to see them win. I want to see a movie of Darth Maul when he was young, whooping ass and forgetting to take names. I want to see that.
I mean, I depends. You know what I mean? Like, if you gave me the story of the Night Sisters, like it was really interesting to
that would
me
be
to
dope.
see Morgan Elsbeth. If you gave me and it was really interesting to me to watch Asajj's story and Savage Opress. Like those stories were really interesting to me, but they were rooted from somewhere. Now, if you gave me a story where I'm just watching evil win, that's not interesting to me. If they won the first film and then it moved in, that's just not necessary. I don't want to say hopeful, but it's just like I don't. It's a possibility Evil's gonna win in like November, so I don't really need to watch Evil win on my TV screen. So if you could give me some hope
Never
right now,
rooted so
I would
hard for a
appreciate
prawn star in my life. Like, come on, get his ass.
I'm not trying to escape only to be depressed, for sure.
Thank you. Thank you. Right? Otherwise, I'll just sit here and continue trying to teach myself how to play piano in the silence of my home.
No, and I'm not saying just evil winning for the sake of evil winning. I'm just saying that there are in canon, there are many times when the Sith were many, and even when Bane got down to the rule of two, that they was given the Jedi's fits. We've seen the Jedi Temple and all that go down, but I mean, still at the end of the day, the Jedi's came out on top. Yay. If this is about the Acolyte, I want to see something down that road too. And don't give me some watered down where they're actually kind of good. They're an anti-hero. No, no,
But that's the thing.
no.
If we
Taylor,
get
do you have
only
any
100
thoughts?
years before Phantom Menace, we can't get that. We literally can't, because we know leading up to Phantom Menace, the Jedi Order had been established and had been dominant for a long period of time. So if
No,
we're
we
going to,
also we also know that when Qui-Gon Jinn went back to the Jedi Council and said that, hey, little dude is doing backflips in the Sahara Desert, he might be a Sith. And Yoda and them said, it can't be a Sith. They ain't been seen for 1,000 years.
right, so we can't have
So
them
we're
anymore.
already at a paradox right now. Like, you know, unless
Hey,
these
hey, hey,
Jedi's are kind of slow and they can't
hey,
establish that these are Sith.
But
hey,
Jedi
hey.
are slow.
They are slow. Number
They
one.
are
Number
slow.
two is this is a franchise that doesn't have a problem retconning things and throwing
Hence
things into
Asajj
legend.
Ventress showing up in the Bad Batch for no reason.
Uh,
Or metachlorians.
She showed up
The
so she could show us
metachlorians.
the secret cave.
Yes.
true.
Yes.
That part. That part.
Oh, that's the parking spot. Okay.
Oh, right.
Mhm.
Exactly. That's where the ship is. That's where they,
Mhm.
it's a good place. Good place.
With
Did y'all
that
know
being
about this?
said,
Yeah.
Randy,
Are we about to go?
we're gonna park this right here.
Choo
What
choo.
show are we talking about with this
I don't
lovely
think it's I don't think it's a secret. We're talking Tales of the Empire.
Tales in the
Disney Plus is
Empire?
Tales of the Empire.
Okay. So y'all come back in like 5 minutes. We'll probably come back, start up at 8:15, 8:20 Pacific Standard Time. And that is 11:15, 11:20 Eastern Standard Time. If you're somewhere in between, you got to figure that out on your own. Shouts out to Digital Click, shout out to Rodney, and shout out to the Funk for curating our stories for us. With that, we'll talk to you soon. Peace.
Peace.